Hi friends, today is May 28th. It is 5 p.m. and I am starting a new vlog today. Why do I do this to myself? Okay, so I am doing this basically because I wanted to do it because I found this TikTok, which I will place here.
Okay, so let's say that you just read the Song of Achilles, and you're like, oh god, ow, I'm in pain. So what you want to read next is The House in the Cerulean Sea. And then you're like, okay, I'm ready for more pain. So what you're going to want to read next is They Both Die at the End. And then you're like sobbing on your floor at 3 a.m. So you need to heal a little bit, need to feel some hope and love. So you read Red, White, and Royal Blue. And then you're like, okay, I would like to hurt again, but something less devastating, please? So you should read Honey Girl. And like, Jesus, that book hits you like a freight train, and it's fantastic, but like, holy hell, you need like a moment. Understood. Heartstopper. And then you're like, okay, I would like another queer historical tragedy. So you want to read next is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. And then you're like, okay, that was great, but can I please see some gays who are alive and happy? I got you. Written in the Stars. And then because I think y'all would murder me if I didn't, what do we end every recommendation list with? Red, White, and Royal Blue.
The creator of said TikTok provides a very extensive list of books that I think that I will like. It's a list of very queer books and I am excited to read them. I'm gonna read them all and you are gonna come along for the ride with me. I'm gonna start it right now. And that means I'm gonna be starting the Song of Achilles, which I've already read and it's already made me cry. So let's go for round 2, I guess, is what I'm saying. That's gonna be a fun time. It's 9 books. I am gonna make a slight tweak to the list. Instead of reading Red, White, and Royal Blue twice, I'm gonna read Red, White, and Royal Blue the first time that it is mentioned on the list to keep list integrity, and then I will finish out this vlog by reading One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston for the very first time. I am so excited for it. It's gonna take everything within me not to break list order because it is May 28th right now. The book comes out June 1st. I already have the audiobook pre-ordered. I'm gonna edit that video that I have to edit and then I'm going to start the Song of Achilles. Pray for me. I'm gonna cry so much, aren't I? Oh fuck, okay. I'm gonna get started on that so that I can get to the Song of Achilles. Okay, see you on the update. Okay, bye. Hi friends, I come bearing an update. So it's almost 10:30 and I managed to get through about 81 pages of the Song of Achilles, that is to say 8 chapters. I am 8 chapters in. I am audiobooking this one because first of all, I've read it before and the last time I read it was with the audiobook because I have the hardest time getting into this book at the beginning. So audiobook is the way to go on this one. I'm preparing emotionally and mentally for the pain that this book is gonna inflict on me because it was very painful the last time I cried for about a whole 5 chapters. And here I am to relive that pain. Things I do for the internet. Anyway, I just wanted to get in an update. This is gonna be a spoiler vlog. I don't really care for having to like hold back. So here we go. Achilles and Patroclus had their first kiss already and they have made it to Karen's cave up in the mountains. And so that's where we're at really. So now we're gonna start getting into the good stuff, which I'm really excited about. I've read this before, so I like know where I'm going. I don't know what my emotional reaction is gonna be this time around. That was the update. I'll see you again tomorrow when I go back to reading. Right now, I am going to go to sleep. See you tomorrow, guys. Okay, bye. Good morning, friends. It's Saturday. It's May 29th. It is almost 9 a.m. and I've already managed to finish 2 chapters of Song of Achilles. Plans for the day are just to keep reading. I really don't have big plans. I'm audiobooking it and I'm going at 2 speed, so I could finish this in a couple hours. Hypothetically. It's probably not gonna happen, but hypothetically it could be in a few hours. Anyway, I am trying to mentally prepare for the pain that is the end of this book. I don't know how I'm doing on that, but we'll see. Okay, I'll check in later. Maybe when I'm like halfway through the book or something like that. So yeah, bye. Okay, hi friends. So, an update. I am up to chapter 21. I've decided to take a break, A, because my phone is almost out of battery. 2, because my AirPods are also out of battery, and C, because I'm gonna go do a live stream for Skylar's birthday, and honestly I didn't want to show up with tear tracks on my face. So yeah, all is good so far. They just got to Troy. Pain is coming, and I know it, and that's the worst part. I know that it's coming. Once I'm done with Skylar's birthday stream, I will get back to the Song of Achilles, and you will get to see me cry. Probably is what's gonna happen. So yeah, we all have something to look forward to. Okay, see you later. Bye. For all the contempt that Patroclus has for Achilles' honor, he does a lot to like fucking preserve it. Maldita sea. Fuck this book, bro. Hi, what a great way to start this off. She said very sarcastically. I just finished the Song of Achilles. Okay, thoughts. Very painful, still. Even on a reread. I think it was more painful now, actually, because I already knew what was gonna happen. So like, I could see pain coming from a mile away, and that was not a fun experience. Definitely cried less this time around, but it was just cause like, I knew what was happening, so that's like a double-edged sword. But I am in pain. This hurts. Fucking book hurts. I am never rereading this book ever again. Earlier today, while we were doing Skylar's birthday live stream, we were talking about the fact that I was rereading this out of my own free will. And you know, my friends were like, yeah, no, this is the Song of Achilles is like a one and done. It's like you read it and then you never touch it again because it's just so painful. There's so much pain involved in reading the Song of Achilles, and I agree. I've never rereading this book ever again. I don't need to revisit this pain. It's really, really not necessary. What's next on the list is, I'm pretty sure it's The House by the Cerulean Sea. Is that the correct title of that book? I don't even know. We're gonna check. This has fucking destroyed me. The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. That's the next read on the list. I might start it today. I might start it tomorrow. I don't know. I will let you know when that happens. But for now, I'm gonna go be all up in my feelings about this and try to write a coherent review for this. That's the plan for now. I'm in pain. Okay, goodbye. Good morning, friends. It is 8 a.m. and I just had breakfast. Today is a Sunday, which means that on Sundays I clean my room and my bathroom and fold the laundry that I haven't folded all week. So I'm gonna do that today. I'm gonna do that while I listen to The House on the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. So I didn't start it last night because I was sad and I didn't want to do it after I finished Song of Achilles. So we're gonna do that today. I'm gonna audiobook it as well. We'll see how far I get today. And that's that. I will update as I can. I have my coffee with me already. So let's get started. Okay, so I'm starting The House on the Cerulean Sea. I've read about 2 chapters, and I just wanted to point out that, as per usual, I have no clue what this book is about. Because I don't look at the summaries most of the time, especially when I'm doing like these list type of things. I just don't know what the book is about at all. From what I've gathered, there's magic and like people, there are witches and magical creatures that are also kind of humanoid, and there's, as usual, a department regulating them. That's all I've gathered from the chapter and a half that I've listened to. But I just wanted to point that out, that I have no clue what this book is about, so I don't know what type of wild ride I'm in for. But that's it. Okay, I'm gonna go back to doing what I was doing before. Okay, I am 8 chapters into the book, and I have thoughts. 1, slightly bored. 2, this is giving me like very similar premise to the Good Omens TV show. I haven't read the book, I've only ever watched the mini-series, I think it is, whatever you want to fucking call it. And I don't know how I feel about that. I'm like very about the 7 chapters that I've read. And also, I don't particularly love the narrator. I'm not sure, it's kind of unreliable narrator, which I kind of like, but him, his personality, how he behaves, don't love that. So, you know, I don't know how I'm feeling about this book right now. As for the magical creatures and whatnot, that's fine. I looked up some fan art to see how they, like, what it is that I should be seeing in my head, which is nice, but I don't know, I'm feeling very meh about the book right now. But we move, we keep going, and we'll see how I feel later on. That's where we're at with the book. I'm gonna go back to listening to it now. Okay, so I am in the middle of chapter 11. I'm taking a minute because my AirPods ran out of battery. So I'm switching headphones and using the moment to give an update. This book has 2 chapters that are over an hour long, and that is truly my villain origin story. Honestly, short chapters are better than long chapters. I don't care what anybody says. Like, short chapters are the shit. Long chapters are the vein of my existence. No chapter needs to be long. There really is no need. Just make 2 chapters, that's fine. That being said, I still don't know how I feel about this book. I'm still very on the main character. I can see change and progress, but I'm still very on the main character. And that's all I have, honestly. Like, I still don't know how I feel about this book, even though I'm like 50% of the way through. But we'll see. That's my update for now. I'll probably update again at the end of the book unless I have something else that I want to tell you about. Okay, see you later. Bye. Hi friends. It is almost 5:30 and I just finished The House in the Cerulean Sea and I rated it a 3 out of 5 stars. It was a good book, but I do have to say I found myself bored throughout a lot of the book, and while I was interested, I wasn't like, I don't know, I found myself, it was a good book, but I found myself bored throughout a lot of it. And it was cute, but I don't know, it's just, I can't quite put my finger on it, but I didn't really love the main character, and he had a like decent arc, especially like when he takes a stand at the end of the book, but I really didn't like him throughout most of it. So it was just like, because I didn't like him, I really wasn't attached to him. Honestly, my favorite character in the entire book was Lucy. He was great. he was iconic, but Linus, I really didn't like him. Arthur he was well developed and built, but I was just kind of meh about him. I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Me and this book didn't really click. And it was good, but I didn't find myself enjoying it as much as I thought I would. So I don't know. Maybe it's just, this wasn't the book for me. It was still good, and like I liked the magical aspect of it, but I would also, I don't know, I've started reading adult fantasy in the last couple of months, and I would have loved a little more world building to see how it is that we got here and how and all those things, because while the world feels lived in, it still feels very new at the same time. So I think you could have done with a little more explanation on how we actually got here instead of just diving right in. Those are my thoughts on the book. I'll have more coherent thoughts in the next couple days after I write my review, probably. Next on the list is They Both Die at the End. I actually do have this one in a physical copy because months and months ago I started to listen to the audiobook and I got real lost real fast, so I was like, I need a physical copy of this to read it, and I haven't actually gotten around to it, so perfect time that this came up. So this is what I'll be starting next. I don't know if I'll be starting it today or tomorrow. It really depends. I don't really know. But I will let you know when I start it. I'll see you on the next update. Bye! Hi friends, good morning. It is May 31st. It is a Monday. It is 9:30 a.m. I got a late start on the day. Today is Memorial Day, which is an American holiday that I don't understand. So it means I have the day off, which is great, I guess. So here's the plan for today. I'm gonna sit down and write the reviews for the things that I have read thus far in the month of May, because today is the 31st, it is the last day of the month, and I don't wanna be behind on reviews because that just sucks. So I'm gonna write those and then I'm gonna start They Both Die at the End. Cool? Cool. So that's the plan. Let's get to it. Hi friends. It is 9:30 p.m. and I am going to bed. So I am updating. I read about 100-ish pages of They Both Die at the End. So far so good. I'm interested. I'm intrigued with the whole concept of the death cast and like being told when is your last day of life, but not being told how you're gonna die. Super interesting concept so far. I'm excited to see where the story goes. Our two main characters have already met through a last friend app in which like people who have gotten their death cast can meet other people who've gotten their death cast, or can meet other people that are just like wanna, you know, be a friend to somebody. And as per usual with a lot of apps, there's a lot of weird shit on there. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying the book. It is a slower process than when I listen to audiobooks, because while I can devour a book very quickly if I want to, I'm usually a pretty slow reader. If I'm just doing it myself, I get easily distracted. So it's gonna take me a minute to get it done. That has been the update. I am now gonna go to sleep. I got a lot done today, I gotta say. I wrote 3 reviews, posted 4 reviews though, and I read 100 pages, which is pretty good for a day's work, if you're gonna ask me. So yeah, that has been my day. I'm gonna go. I will be back tomorrow as I continue through this journey. Okay, bye. What's up? It is Friday, June 4th. It is 9 a.m. and it's been a few days since I last updated the vlog. I need to check my reading journal because I honestly don't remember when was the last day that I updated the vlog. That's how this week has been going. I haven't updated the vlog since Monday and it is now Friday. Am I surprised by this? Absolutely not. It's me we're talking about. I am here to provide an update. I haven't really felt like reading the last couple days, and so I have made very little progress on They Both Die at the End. I'm only like 60 pages farther than the last time I updated the vlog, but it's been a minute, so I figured that I would give you an update. It's not that I'm bored. I'm not. I'm actually very interested. I just really, it's been a me thing. I haven't really felt like reading the last couple days, so I've read like 20 pages here. I think last night I read like 40 pages. I am going to try to read more today. I want to finish this weekend. By the end of Sunday, this needs to be done because I have a very long list of books that I need to get through to finish this vlog, and we have work to do. So, and also this isn't a very long book. This is a little bit over 300 pages, so this is easy for me. I don't know why I've been taking so long with this. But I'm on page 163, which I think is close to the middle of the book. I just need to dedicate some time to it. Okay, so I've been reading and I wanted a little bit of a change of scenery. So we're going outside. Hi. So it's almost 10 and I just finished They Both Die at the End, and fuck, everybody was right. You know what's gonna happen from the very beginning, but still hits you like a ton of bricks. Literal tears were like fucking cascading down my face while I was reading this. I gave the book a rating. It's 4 out of 5 stars from me. I will explain why I chose that rating tomorrow. Definitely won't be today because I don't think I can form coherent thoughts right now. I just wanted to let you know that I finished it. I cried. I will have an explanation as for my rating tomorrow, and I can see why Red, White, and Royal Blue is next on the list because I need it. I need that pick me up so badly. So badly. So I'm excited that that's what's on the schedule for me tomorrow. So my heart, I hurt. Definitely not as painful as the Song of Achilles because that shit is on a whole nother level of pain. But I will have thoughts on the book tomorrow because really head empty, no thoughts tonight. That's it for me. I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Hi friends, it is Sunday, June 6th. It is around 1:30 p.m. and I am giving you an update. So yesterday I didn't update the vlog at all. I did read, and we'll get to that in a moment, but I didn't really have my thoughts together about They Both Die at the End, so I didn't really update, but here we are. I gave the book a 4 out of 5 stars, which I am pretty sure that I mentioned between my tears in the last update. I enjoyed the book greatly. I thought that the characters were really well built, as well as the plot, and the concept of the book was very intriguing, so I enjoyed the book for the most part. Really, what made me detract stars per se, like why it was a 4 not a 5, was mostly one, the book has a lot of perspective shifts. And the thing that I didn't quite like about that is that some of them are in first person, the others are in third person. So it could be a little bit jarring to go between first person and third person. I would have preferred it that it were all in third person. I think that would have been much better, and you could still like access all of the feelings that you access in first person through third person. I think it would have made for a more cohesive like reading experience had it all been in the same narrative persona. So like third person as opposed to first person point of view. Also, the other thing about the multiple perspectives is that you don't just get the 2 main characters, you also get a lot of other characters that are like majorly and minorly involved with the 2 main characters. And sometimes, especially with the minor characters, the ones that aren't directly related to the 2 main characters, I would get lost, especially if I hadn't seen their POV a lot. I would suddenly be faced with them and I was like, who the fuck is this person? I don't remember their story or what they're about or any of that. So I think I liked that it shifted POVs, but I would have maybe cut out 1 or 2 POVs because it made the reading a little bit wonky. I did like that there was like a map at the end where like the author like gives you a connection of like how all the POVs connect to each other, which was nice. But in the moment while I was reading, it like sort of took me out of the narrative a little bit. But apart from that, I really enjoyed the book. Literal tears were streaming down my eyes as I was reading the end of the book. I really liked that I knew what was gonna happen from the get-go, but it still gets you like how we actually get there. It like fucking hits you in the chest. So yeah, I really enjoyed the book. It was a good reading experience. I would have made some tweaks here and there. That was it. Anyway, I have started Red, White, and Royal Blue. If you don't know, this is my favorite book. This is now currently my 7th reading of this book. 2nd reading this year. So there's that. I reread this book a lot because I love it. This is my favorite book. As you can see, it's tabbed to hell and also annotated to hell. This is the first time in a bit that I am rereading it physically. The last couple times I listened to the audiobook because it's just easy. It keeps me hands-free, but I'm very dedicated to this time around fully reading it physically. I read about 100 pages yesterday. Slow progress yesterday, but I'll probably make more today, even though it's already 1 p.m. but it's fine. I love this book, so I can get through it pretty easily, and also the writing is beautiful and just like easy to get through. Up to the point I read, it is about to be the New Year's Eve party, and if you know of this book and have read this book, you know what happens at that New Year's Eve party. So I'm getting to that at a good moment. So yeah, I'm happy, I'm excited, I'm really psyched to continue reading this because I love this book with all my heart. So there's that. I will update later. I'm gonna go back to reading now. Okay, bye. Hello friends, it is Monday, June 7th. It is nearly 9 p.m. and I just finished Red, White, and Royal Blue. I love this book, okay? It's well documented. Anyway, I just finished the book. She is obviously a 5 out of 5. Like, there's no debate about that. Like, yes, on the 7th reading is when I'm finally gonna change my rating. No, not at all. I adore this book. I love rereading it. I always find new things in it when I reread it, be it in physical form or in audiobook form or in Kindle form, whichever form I'm reading it, because I own all the forms of this book. I love this book. Like, there's no other way of me saying that. Anyway, she is a 5 out of 5. She is lovely. She is wonderful. I love Alex and Henry so much. The development of their relationship and their dynamic. They're both like wonderfully well-written characters. All the characters in this are like three-dimensional, well-rounded, complex individuals. I love that even the parents, which are like not as much of a presence in this except for like the roles that they occupy and what that means for Alex's and Henry's lives. Even the parents get their own little story arcs. Ellen definitely gets her own story arc of going from great president, not so great mom, to like finding her way back. I have a really hard time talking about this book in general, to the point that I haven't posted a Goodreads review for it ever, and I've read it 7 times. I have one that's like half written, but I haven't finished it. Maybe I'll get around to finishing it now. I should, but I have a really hard time talking about this book because of all the things that it means to me, but I'm gonna try. One of the reasons why I love this book is because it makes me feel very seen. I came out as bi once I left for college. It took me a long time to figure myself out, especially because of my upbringing. I did high school at a Catholic all-girls school. There were a lot of things that made it very hard to be there for me, and while I excelled academically, I didn't excel socially there, and because of that and many other things, it took me a long time to figure my shit out. And so I didn't really figure my shit out until my last year of high school, and it was towards the very, very end. And I didn't actually come out, I think, to anybody until I got to college. And when I got to university, I made a decision that I was gonna live openly. I left for Boston to go to university, and so everybody knew that I was out. Everybody knew. I didn't keep it a secret. I openly talked about it, and I openly figured myself out throughout the 4 years of university, to the point that by the time I came home, I was very comfortable with myself, and I live openly for the most part. My family knows that I'm bi, and like my friends know, everybody knows. Like all the people that need to know, they know. But reading this book in 2019, I just graduated from university, and I was now living back at home, a choice that I made about where I wanted to live. I moved back in with my mom because I wanted to go do my master's in Puerto Rico. And reading this book and seeing Alex's journey and how he thinks of himself, it really resonated with me. It made me feel very seen. It made me feel understood. I'd never seen a character so like myself in many ways portrayed on the page, and that is one of the many reasons why I love this book and why this book continues to be so important to me. It made me feel seen by someone in a very, very important, deep way, and because of that, I love it. And I continue to reread it. I read it several times a year. I love this book. There's no other way of saying it. This is the first time I've ever read it during Pride Month, and for lack of a better word, it makes me feel proud, and it makes me feel seen, which I think is super important. And it's a book that I love, and it makes me happy. And I think that's all that needs to be said on it, honestly. I think this is the most coherently I've ever spoken about this book, so there's that, you know, growth. But yeah, I finished it and I loved it, just as I always do. So that has been that. Next on the docket, which I'm gonna start reading tomorrow, well, listening to tomorrow, is Honey Girl. I know nothing about this book. I don't know what I'm going in for. I don't know what I'm signing up for, but we will find out together tomorrow. So that has been the update. I will see you tomorrow when I start Honey Girl. Good night. Hi friends, it is Tuesday, June 8th. It is 9 p.m. and this is the first time I'm updating the vlog today, and this is the only update that you're probably gonna get. So I said, I think in the last clip, that I would update when I started Honey Girl. I started it at work today, so that didn't happen, and I just finished it, and I'm gonna talk about it now. So I cannot express how fucking good that book was. I rated it a 5 out of 5. The book was ridiculously good off the top of my head, because I literally haven't even sat down to write a review yet. I'm just like going from thoughts and feeling. We're just vibing this time. We're just vibing. Okay, here we go. I love how the book dealt with academic burnout, loneliness, and especially like feeling lonely when you're not alone. Found family, which we love, I love. Found family is like one of those tropes that I just, pure serotonin, you know? Mental health was also a thing that was discussed, dealt with. Spoilers, the main character, she eventually gets a therapist, and I was like, when she started going to therapy, and also it was showcased that she had to like go to several therapists before finding the one, I was like, oh my god. I was like, praise, thank you. What else did I love about this book? Everything. Even the concept of it was fantastic. If you don't know, this book centers around this girl, Grace. She's in her late 20s. She just got her PhD. She is suffering from massive amounts of academic burnout, although she doesn't really know that. And she goes to Vegas to celebrate that she has gotten her PhD. She gets drunk and she gets married to this girl that she does not know and lives on the other side of the country. And the book takes off from there. Honestly, the book is fucking fantastic. I listened to the audiobook, which is why I read the entire thing in one day, but the book is honestly really fantastic. I loved everything about it. It was so beautifully written. The prose on this thing was just perfection, utter perfection. It actually kind of reminded me like of Elizabeth Acevedo, sort of like that, like just like really beautiful prose. I was just like, yes, I enjoyed it so much. Every once in a while, I will stumble upon a book that I listen to the audiobook and I end up loving it so much that I need to acquire a physical copy of it. This is one of those books I will now be on the hunt for, Honey Girl, because I need that shit in my life. I need to have that book and sit down, read it, process it, annotate the shit out of it. That's the thing that's gonna happen in the future. I cannot praise this book enough. It was fucking fantastic. Just fucking fantastic. And also, I really liked how the main character is made to face her parental relationships as well. She has to like deal with all that trauma, which I also really liked. This book was just really fucking good. Go read it. If you haven't yet, go read it. It's really very good. Yeah, like ridiculously good. I enjoyed it so much. And again, I didn't know anything about this book before I read it. I went in with like zero expectations, and wow, it was so good. That's really all I have to say. It was really very good. And yeah, hit me in the chest like a motherfucker. But yeah, we move. So next on the list is Heartstopper, which I'm very excited about. I was actually hoping that my copy of volume 4 of Heartstopper would be here by the time that we came around to this, but it has not arrived. And that means I have two options. Either I put this entire vlog on hold in the hopes that it will show up soon, but here's the thing. That package is coming all the way from the UK, and even though it's been shipped, I really don't know where in the world it is right now. The USPS is being no help, the Royal Mail is being no help, so truly it could still be in the UK and I would not know. I'm hoping it's on my side of the Atlantic, but I don't fucking know. And honestly, with how slow the mail has been these last couple months because of COVID and because of the federal government just sucking, packages are taking a while to get to me. So, I mean, I could give it a week and just like read other shit that I have to read. I could do that. I make the rules on this channel. So yeah, it just occurred to me that I could do that. I could just put it on hold until volume 4 gets here. Wow, I'm a dumbass. Give me a second, I'm having a breakdown about it. Now I'm having a crisis. Now I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna sleep on it and then decide. Because the good thing is Heartstopper is an easy read. I was just gonna reread volume 3 in preparation. I could wait because I make the rules. I'm gonna go read something else is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give it another week, see if the book arrives. If it doesn't, we move and I will just reread volume 3, give you my reactions, and then we move forward and we just continue with what we've been doing. Okay, you probably won't see me for a while. I guess it'll be a few days before I update again because we're now gonna wait for a package. Honestly, I'm on the edge of my seat to see how this turns out. Okay, I will see you whenever I see you next. Okay, bye. Hi friends, so it is June 15th. It has been about a week, I believe, or an exact week, since I last updated the vlog. As I I'm pretty sure I said in the last clip I filmed, I decided to wait a week to see if my Waterstones package showed up in that time, and it has not. It is somewhere in New York or on its way to PR. I really don't know because the USPS doesn't really know. It'll still be a couple days before it gets to me, probably. With how the USPS has been working, it'll probably be easily 2 weeks before it gets to me, and I don't really have that kind of time. So we just move on, and I am going to be reading Heartstopper volume 3 to keep in the spirit of the list, and then I am going to be starting The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Let's get started on this so that we can get started on Evelyn Hugo afterwards. This is gonna be a reread. I've read this one a couple times, and it is, I think, my favorite so far in the series. Volume 4 might change that, it might not, I don't know. We'll find out when I eventually get it in a few weeks. Oh, this is wild. This is honestly wild. Anyway, I'm gonna go read this now, and I'll talk about it once I'm done. Okay, bye. Tori is the single biggest mood in this entire franchise. She is fantastic. Hi friends, it is almost 9 p.m. I just finished Heartstopper. It was a 5 out of 5. I don't think I have any new and original thoughts about this book that I haven't shared on this channel a million times over, because I constantly reread this, but I will make an attempt. So Nick and Charlie start off in a like good place. They're like a couple. They're like the will they won't they part of the story is over. They are together now. Nick has come out to his mom, and Charlie has told his parents that he has a boyfriend, and now they're like dealing with coming out to their friends. One thing I really love about it is that it portrays how LGBT people have to like constantly come out. It's just not like how the movies and TV shows portray it. It's just like a one-time thing and then you're done. You're like constantly coming out. It sometimes feels like you're coming out on like a daily basis, and I definitely feel that. The amount of times that I like have to figure out like how to tell new people like, oh, I'm bisexual. It's just like, how do I slip it into the conversation? It's gotten easier with time. I've been out for about 6-ish years now, so I've gotten pretty good at it, I think. But still, it's like a thing that you need to like think about, and also, is this person gonna react well, especially if you don't know them well. It's a whole thing. But I like that this book portrays that it's not a one and done type situation as much as we wish it was. And as much as I wish it was. And something that I really appreciate about this volume is that they really have to figure out how to communicate with each other. Teenagers are notoriously bad at communication. I was notoriously bad at communication as a teenager. I can still sometimes be very bad at communicating, and I'm 24. But I appreciate that they have to figure it out, and it doesn't come naturally because people suck at communication sometimes, and teenagers suck at it, and I like that they have to figure out how to communicate with each other better. From like the big things to like Charlie's like eating disorder, to the small things like Nick's dad being French and him being able to speak French fluently. It goes from the big things to the little things, so I really appreciated that. I just like this book, I really do. I really wanted to read volume 4 for this, but you know, she ain't here yet, so this is where we're at on the journey. And also, I was planning on starting Evelyn Hugo today, but I got distracted by my phone, as I wont to do. I will start Evelyn Hugo tomorrow. It's been a fun time. This was a 5 out of 5. I'm gonna go good night, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye. Hi friends, so it is June 16th, it is 10 a.m. and I am about to start The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. As per usual, I have no fucking clue what this book is about. We're going in blind, as always. Because that's the type of person I am. Apart from the fact that there are 7 husbands involved and this is supposed to be LGBT, I don't really know what I'm going into, so we'll see. Okay. Bye. Hi. So it is, what is it? It is 4:30 in the afternoon. I am about 70% of the way through The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, and oh my god, I love this book. I love this book so much. I just wanted to get a couple thoughts out before I like continue because they're like rummaging around in my head, so I just wanted to get them out. So 1, Evelyn Hugo is a badass, boss-ass bitch, and I love her. And I love that she is like willing to get her hands dirty, to do what needs to be done for her career, for her life, for the people that she loves. I love that she is willing to do it, and I adore her. She's great. Especially because she subscribes to that kind of like gray morality that I love in characters of like, yeah, I have to get my hands dirty, but it's what needs to be done in order for everybody else to be okay. And I love seeing her grapple with these things. I love her as a character. So I've already passed the moment in the timeline in which the Stonewall riots happen, and there's this really great scene that I really loved in which John, Celia, Harry, and Evelyn are out in the balcony of their apartment in New York, and Celia's like, oh, we should go down to the riots tonight because we need to support the cause, and like Harry, John, and Evelyn, all 3 of them are like, no, that's a terrible idea. Our being there as like famous people and celebrities and whatever is gonna distract from the point they're trying to get across, the cause. It's gonna make it about us instead of the rights of people like us. And I love that scene because I love that they were like self-aware enough to know, and like they recognize that in that moment their presence there, it wasn't what was gonna affect change. So they're like, we're gonna do the one thing that we can do, so we're gonna like donate and we're gonna fund and we're gonna give as much money as we can to the places where it's gonna make the most good. And I loved that moment that they were all like, yeah, we support this because it's rights for people like us, but us as like celebrities and people of status that are closely watched by the media, we're not gonna make a difference in this moment. We're just gonna detract from this moment. I absolutely adored that scene and that moment, and it was just fucking fantastic. I also love the friendship that Harry and Evelyn have. It's so pure and wonderful. A lot of Evelyn's relationships are born out of malice or out of needing to get something, but really her relationship with Harry is so very pure and like it's that of family, and I really do appreciate that. Also, I just really love that we got like this cute little polycule going on in this fucking book. Like John, Harry, Celia, and Evelyn, like they're all just this like wonderful little polycule that just like is a family, and they're like raising a child together, and like it's just wonderful to see. Okay, it was great. It's great. I'm at the point in the book right now in which Evelyn is filming 3 a.m. with her ex, Don Adler, and she's just done the sex scene, and she's now come home to Celia and she's talking to her about it. Out of order, of course, but you know. And Celia's reaction is not great. And right now, I really don't know whether I like Celia or not, because I do have to say, while Evelyn does hit the point that like constantly, that Celia is like very pure and good-hearted and whatever, blah, 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 blah. A lot of the time, Celia is just as self-centered as Evelyn, but not in the best ways. Because while Evelyn has tried the entire book to protect Celia from getting blacklisted, from getting outed, from getting fucking arrested, beat to death. Every step that she takes is to protect Celia and later by extension John and Harry. Celia is very much about how everything affects her and only her. She really hasn't been great about protecting Evelyn, and I get that she like wants to live out, which is great, but Evelyn does make a very good point that like at the time that they were living, it wasn't safe to come out. And it's the conversation that we always have of like, yeah, people should get to live out and proud however they want, but do it in a safe way. Like, I didn't come out to my family at 18 because at the time I wasn't sure if it was this thing that I could do and like that it was safe. And later on, as the years went on, I was like, yeah, there's a couple people that it was a good thing that I didn't tell because I don't think it would have been safe. I don't think my life would have been in danger, but my mental health would have been in very great danger, and that's just as important. And like, it's the calculation that at least I make every single time that I have to come out to someone of like, is this a safe thing that I can do? Is this like a thing that it's okay for me to do, to like come out and tell this person who I am? So it's definitely like that calculation that I always make. I don't know if a lot of other queer people have to make the same calculation. I think a lot of them do. So Evelyn makes a great point of it, of like, it's not safe for us to be out. And Celia just like throws that in her face of like, oh, you don't love me. And it's just like, no, dude, she's trying to protect you. That's how much she loves you. So yeah, I'm like, I'm struggling with her as a character. And that's all I wanted to say. Other than that, I'm really enjoying this book. Evelyn is fucking fantastic. I also like the glimpses that we're getting of Monique here and there, the person that's interviewing Evelyn throughout all of this. I'm gonna go finish the book. As I said, I'm about 70% of the way through, so I'm almost done with it, so I will be back with an update shortly, probably. Here I am, for the second time in this fucking video, crying my eyes out at a fucking book. I'm not even done with the book. I'm at like 80% right now. And Celia just won her 3rd Oscar, and Evelyn wrote her that really nice note. And I don't know, that made me cry. Fuck me. Okay, that was it. I thought you should know. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna finish this fucking book. This motherfucking book. I just want to say, for the record, for the first time ever, a goddamn book has made me cry on 2 separate fucking occasions. Oh god, I hurt. I'm hurting. So what made me cry this time, you may ask? It was fucking Celia and Evelyn deciding to get spiritually married in bed at night, in the middle of the night, and I couldn't handle it, and tears just started fucking streaming out of my eyes, and here we are. I'm 90% into the book. I still have a bit to go, and I know more pain is coming. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, I just wanted to share that, you know, and I'm gonna go now. Okay, bye. Hi, so it is 7:30 and I just finished The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Do you ever just read a book and you just automatically know that it's a 5-star? You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to ponder it. You don't have to go through your system. You just know, it's a gut feeling. That's how I feel about this book. Fuck, it's so good. So first of all, it made me cry on 3 separate fucking occasions, so, you know, it deserves the props for that. Second, the writing, excellent. The plot, fantastic. The characters, awesome. The twist, great as well. Holy shit, okay. This book was so good. I don't think I can accurately explain how freaking good this book was. From the word jump, it was good. And then that final closing line in which like Evelyn says they're gonna be more interested in my wife. Just like, beautiful piece of writing. This book, oh shit, okay. It was so good. So good. Like, I have no words to express how good this book was. It was just fucking fantastic. It was amazing. I had the best time reading it. The audiobook is also really fantastic. The voice actors involved were fucking great. This book was really good. I hope to have more coherent thoughts in the morning once I've had a night to sleep on it. But for now, just know that it's really fucking good and I fucking loved it. So there's that. Okay, I'm gonna go now. Bye. Hello friends, good morning. It is 10:30. I have laced about today, but I am here. And last night you saw me have a breakdown over Evelyn Hugo. Wow, that book was fucking fantastic. I was not expecting to love that book as much as I did. And I'm really glad that I read Evelyn Hugo. I love Evelyn Hugo as a character. I think she's freaking awesome. Like I said yesterday, I enjoy like the gray morality that she employs. She's not all good nor all bad because no person is all good or all bad. And I really liked how she dealt with like everything that was thrown at her and how her main priority was always to protect the people that she holds most dear. I really loved the book. I thought it was fantastic. So now we're gonna move on to the last two books that I have on the list. Today I am going to be reading Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bell Fleur. I'm gonna be listening to the audiobook because it's on Scribd and you know, that's how I do things here. I don't know what this book is about. Honestly, I have no clue what this book is about. As per usual, I don't have any idea what half of the books I read are about. Anyway, I don't have a clue what this book is about, but I am going in wearily because Mika read it a few days ago, or like a week ago, something like that, and she rated it a 2 out of 5 stars. And I'm a little bit like on the fence, but not completely because I know Mika is a harsh critic. Let's see how it goes. I'm still gonna listen to the thing and draw my own conclusions, but I'm a little scared is what I think I'm trying to get at. I'll probably finish it today because it says it's 11 hours. If I listen to it at 2 speed, I'll be done in 5.5. So yeah, that's what we're doing today. I'll keep you updated as I go along. And then once I'm done with that, I get to read one last stuff. Okay, so I am about 5 chapters in and I'm here to rant. First things first, I'm bored out of my skull, but that's for another moment, for a different rant. Second, about 3 chapters in, I realized that this is supposed to be a Pride and Prejudice retelling, a modern day Pride and Prejudice retelling, which I then confirmed by checking Goodreads. This might be a problem because here's the thing. I love Pride and Prejudice. I think it's an excellent book and I really like it and I like the story in it. I have read other modern day Pride and Prejudice retellings as well as watched a few of them. I took a Jane Austen course a few years ago in which part of it was that we studied modern day retellings of Pride and Prejudice, and I have to say I fucking hate them. I have yet to stumble across one that I actually enjoyed. I DNF'd Pride by E.B. Savoy a few years ago because I read 80 pages and I wanted to fucking bash my head against a wall. Because while I very much like contemporary literature, I don't always love contemporary literature because I don't understand why, but the need to use internet speak in actual speech, I don't get. And honestly, I don't know why, but whenever I stumble across a Pride and Prejudice retelling, the character that is supposed to be Elizabeth is just so far away from what Elizabeth actually is that I just can't stand them. Bridget Jones's Diary for one. I fucking hate that movie. And I read an excerpt of the book and it just sucked the entire way through. I really fucking hate that movie. I did not like it at all. Bridget is such a shit character. And like the fact that anyone would think that she could be Elizabeth is just fucking ridiculous to me. I don't see this boding well for me. I'm just putting it out there that this might not go well. First because I find the Elizabeth character Elle very annoying and I'm not liking her right now at all. The Darcy character, Darcy, she isn't much better either. She has the whole like reserved rich thing that Darcy has going on, but so far I'm not seeing any of like the inner softness that Darcy possesses, so and I'm bored bored. I'm very much bored. I'm 5 chapters in and I'm bored. None of this is gripping me in the way that any of the other books that I've read for this vlog have. So, you know, this might not go very well. I am not optimistic about this. Gotta be honest. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I'm gonna go now and try to make it through this book. Okay, bye-bye. Okay, adios. Hi friends, so it is about 8 p.m. and I just finished Written in the Stars. It was a 2 out of 5. I did not like this book. Let's go through it. So, first things first, I don't like Pride and Prejudice retellings. Pride and Prejudice is excellent, and the retellings are just not. Elle, who is the stand-in for Elizabeth in this book, I found her very annoying. She didn't have the self-confidence of Elizabeth. I don't know. I just didn't really like her as a main character. And then Darcy, her love interest, I didn't like her all that much either. Also, fake dating is not my favorite trope because everything can go wrong, and it usually does, and it goes wrong in the stupidest way possible. And miscommunication trope, or just like not being able to communicate properly trope, it sucks. I hate it. I don't like it one bit. It's not my thing. It's not my thing. And this book had a lot of that. And also, there were a lot of interesting-ish scenes that the book alluded to, but it doesn't show you. Like, for example, Elle has like a falling out with her family, right? And 2 of her siblings, Jane and Daniel, they like reach out to her and like, we want to like mend bridges and like go to lunch and whatever. And she's like, yeah, I'm gonna take them up on it. But we never see that scene of them, the 3 of them going to lunch, making up or not, which I think would have been a pretty important scene to show in the book, but it's not shown. Also, I was bored throughout most of the book. I didn't care about their relationship at all. I wasn't intrigued at all to see how this was gonna turn out. This was pretty cliche and predictable, which isn't in itself a bad thing. It's just that like I wasn't enjoying it. I am feeling very, very lukewarm about the book, and it's just it wasn't terrible, but it also wasn't great. And I found myself bored throughout most of it. So that's why I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. Anyway, next and last on the list, we have One Last Stop, which I'm so excited to read. This is literally my most anticipated book of the year. So I will check back in with you when I am about to start One Last Stop in a few days. That has been all for me for now. I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye. Hi friends, it is June 22. It is a Tuesday. It is almost 4:30 p.m. and the time has finally come. I am finally gonna start One Last Stop. This is my most anticipated read of the year, which is why I wanted to finish off this video with this book. I am so excited. Originally, my plan was to start it yesterday on Monday, but yesterday was a very bad brain day. I had a really bad depression episode. I haven't had one that bad, I think probably since undergrad. Yesterday was just a no of a day for me. So I ran errands this morning and I had some stuff to do, and now I am home and I'm gonna start One Last Stop, and I'm very excited. I'm really glad that I'm starting it today. I'm very excited. I will give updates as I see fit. Okay, I'm gonna start now. Okay, bye. Hi friends, it is almost 9 and I'm very tired, so I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm about 35% into the book. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm having the best time. I'm so intrigued with the entire mystery and the sci-fi aspects of this book. I'm like having such a good fucking time with it. I wasn't super sure about August as a protagonist when I started the book out, but honestly, she's grown on me. I love her. She's great. Jane is everything that I aspire to be in life. So, you know, there's that. I love all the supporting characters, but I think Nico is definitely my favorite. I love him so much. He's fucking fantastic. I am absolutely reading this book in the most chaotic way imaginable because I'm reading the ebook, right? But I also have the audiobook because I pre-ordered it with one of my Audible credits like months and months ago. I wanted to read it with the ebook, right? But I've had to get up a couple times to do shit. So whenever I get up, I just switch to the audiobook. So I'm like flipping back and forth between the ebook and the audiobook. Which is to say that I am doing this in the most chaotic way imaginable. Am I surprised in any way, shape, or form about that? Not really. Most of the things in my life are done in a very chaotic manner, so really nothing new there. But yeah, I'm having a really fun time with the book and I can't wait to keep going on it tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow with more thoughts and more update as I read. Bye.
Hi friends, so I'm coming to you from a different location. I'm actually at a hotel in Rincon, which is on the other side of the island, because I'm helping out my aunt with some work stuff. I had to drive her all the way over here, so I spent the night here and I'm spending most of my day here. But I am taking that opportunity to get a little sun because I haven't in a while and I miss it. So my camera's upstairs and I'm too lazy to go get it upstairs, and I actually have some things to tell you about One Last Stop, so I'm just shooting it on my phone. So last night I read about 20-ish% more of One Last Stop, and I have thoughts. One, the chapter I just finished is the one in the scene in the train. They had sex on the train and wow, okay. Casey McQuiston really said we're going there, and I appreciate it. I love it. It's great. So yeah, there's that. Anyway, I am loving the book. The party in the train scene when they take the house party to Jane was so cute. I loved it. I'm really enjoying the book. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm hoping to finish it today. If not, I'm gonna finish it tomorrow morning. Book's going really great. I'm here in the sun. I'm gonna do a little bit more reading under the sun. I will come back with an update later when I have one. Okay, bye.
Hi friends, it is Friday, June 25. It is 8 p.m. and I just finished One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. Okay, it has been a journey to get through this book. Not because the book was bad, it was just because like my life got a little crazy for a couple days there. But I am here to tell you that I gave that shit a 5 out of 5. Yes! Okay, I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts. First of all, August keeps a sex notebook, which love. 2, I loved the ending, not gonna lie. Some people might say it was a cop-out. I won't. I liked it. I love a happily ever after, and honestly, I don't care how the timey-wimey thing had to work. They got their happily ever after, and I'm happy. So yeah, I love the ending. I loved the character growth in this. It was awesome. Like the place from where August starts to where she ends up was just exquisite, well done. Characterization was everything. The found family aspect. I'm a sucker for found family. This is not new, but I really loved it. I really loved the found family aspect in this book, and the mystery surrounding it was excellent. I loved how creative it was that most of the book takes place in a fucking subway, and that a romantic relationship is being built on a subway, and that you, like, one of the characters cannot leave the subway, so you have to get real creative, and boy does Casey McQuiston get real creative. Fuck, I love this book so much. It was really fantastic, and I have to say I didn't read it at a kind of like weird point. My brain's been very cloudy the last couple days. This week especially has been a bit of a struggle. It has not been my greatest week, so I cannot wait for A, my physical copy to get here, and B, for me to be in like that really great mental place in a few weeks where I can reread this book and like enjoy it even more than I've already enjoyed it. Because do not get me wrong, I really fucking loved this book. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was no doubt in my mind, but I do have to say that in a few weeks when I'm feeling a little less cloudy, I am sure that when I reread this book, I am going to enjoy it like a billion times more. My thoughts on this book are gonna be like so much more coherent, just fully formed. I mean, it took me like 7 reads of Red, White, and Royal Blue to actually write a goddamn review for the book. So do not expect a review from me like written down and coherent for a while. It'll be a minute before we get there. I fucking loved this book. It was fucking fantastic. So it was a great time. It was a fucking great time. I love Jane and I love August, and it was just, I had the best time. Yeah, no, I just, that's what it all comes down to. I had a great time. I ended up listening to the majority of it on audio because I've been so cloudy. It was just, the audio was the easiest way for me to take it all in. The vibes in this book were immaculate. Okay, no, yeah, it was a fantastic follow-up to Red, White, and Royal Blue. I cannot wait to read it again and annotate the shit out of my copy. So yeah, that's what I got for y'all today. This has been the last book on the list. Tomorrow, Tati will be with you shortly to just give you a recap of everything that we've done, because this video is gonna be so fucking long and I have read a fuck ton of books. That's that. I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye. Hi friends. So it's been a minute since I said that I was gonna wrap up this video, but we're here now and let's get to it. So I have read 9 whole freaking books for this vlog, which is so much. This is probably my most ambitious project since I started on YouTube, and wow, it's been a roller coaster ride. But I'm so happy that I did it. I read some really fantastic books, some books, and I am going to give you basically a quick little recap of my ratings and quick thoughts. This is not going to be like a whole wrap-up video. This is just ratings, quick thoughts, and we're done. First book I read was The Song of Achilles. I rated it a 4 out of 5 stars. This was a reread. So much pain. Cried again, although less than the first time because I actually knew what was gonna happen this time. So I braced myself for it. Still a really good read. Never touching it again. The next book that I read was The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I originally said that I rated it a 3 out of 5 stars, but the real rating was a 2 out of 5 stars. I didn't really like this book. I couldn't connect with almost any of the characters and I was bored throughout most of it. My enjoyment levels were very, very low for this book. The third book that I read was They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. I rated this a 4 out of 5 stars. Cried a whole lot. Hits you in the chest like a ton of bricks. I had a little problem with the narrative. It switches between POVs. It switches between first person POVs for 2 characters and then third person POV for everybody else, and there's a bunch of other side characters that you get POVs for, and I really didn't like the switching between first and third, and also the switching between the main characters' points of view. They were both in first person and they were so confusing sometimes because I didn't know whether I was reading for Rufus or Mateo. That was really confusing, and that's really what detracted stars from all of this. But still, super enjoyable read. The concept was super intriguing and I loved the friendship and relationship that these 2 boys built. Next on the list was Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston. This is my all-time favorite book. I rated it a 5 out of 5 stars. This was my 7th reading of the book. Finally accomplished writing a review for it and posted it on Goodreads. I freaking love this book, and I think that I explained my love for it pretty well in the earlier clips when I actually read this and talked about it. So I'm just gonna gloss over it, say it's really good and it's one of my faves and it makes me feel seen. The 5th book that I read was Honey Girl by Morgan Rogers. I rated this a 5 out of 5 stars. I really loved it. The premise of this book is that the main character goes to Vegas after getting her PhD to celebrate, and she ends up marrying someone that she doesn't know, and the story goes from there. Some of the things that are discussed in this book is academic burnout, mental health, loneliness, which I really appreciated, and this book was just a fantastic freaking read. The 6th book that I read was Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I decided to read volume 3 in preparation for reading volume 4. I rated this a 5 out of 5 stars. This was a reread and I really enjoyed the series overall. It is definitely a comfort read for me and it was just excellent, and I think again I spoke pretty coherently about it and I actually read it. The 7th book on the list was The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I gave this a 5 out of 5. This is a new all-time favorite. We are on the hunt for physical copy. I absolutely adore Evelyn Hugo and everything she does and everything she is about. She is a boss ass bitch and she really is the person to do what needs to get done in order for her family and those that she loves to be safe, protected, prosperous, and I really freaking love that about her. I love this book so much. This is basically my biggest surprise of the year. Yeah, this is dethroning whatever I said was my biggest surprise of the year in my mid-year freakout tag. This is definitely my biggest surprise of the year. I went in with no expectations really, and this book surprised the fuck out of me. Also, it takes the dubious honor of making me cry on 3 separate occasions, so there's that. 8th on the list is Written in the Stars by Alexandria Bellefleur. I rated this a 2 out of 5 stars. First of all, this is a Pride and Prejudice retelling, which I do not like or enjoy. I was doing some thinking yesterday while I was finishing editing this video, and I did realize that there is one modern day Pride and Prejudice retelling that I did enjoy and I actually really liked, and that was the Lizzie Bennet Diaries. But I think that's because it really accurately captured like the magic of the original, but Pride and Prejudice retellings in general, not my thing. 2, I was bored throughout a great majority of this book. 3, it alludes to like some interesting scenes that I would have liked to see on the page, and then it just doesn't deliver. And 4, I don't know, the characters didn't grip me in any way. I wasn't interested in the romance. I didn't like the book. Finally, the 9th book that I read in this massive vlog is One Last Stop by Casey McQuiston. I read it for the first time for this vlog. I really wanted to close out with this, and I rated it a 5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this book. This is Casey McQuiston's sophomore novel. I really liked the characters, all of them. I wasn't super sure about August at the beginning, but as the book progressed, I fell in love with her. Jane is everything I want to be in life, and I just loved the book. The story was super intriguing. I was super into the mystery and how they were going to solve it. I actually really liked the ending, and this book was just everything, and I am so excited to reread it once my physical copy actually gets here. That has been my quick lightning round wrap up of everything I read for this vlog. This has been a month in the making. I've been working on this all month. I actually wanted to post it before the end of Pride Month, but it's been struggle city around here for the last couple days. I haven't been feeling great, so this kind of took a backseat to everything else that was going on in my life, but it is here now. I'm done. I will post this now. And this has been a great experience, and I love the great majority of these books, so I would categorize this as a raving success. That has been all for me. Thank you for spending literally so much time with me in this video. I really appreciate it. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. I have been Tati, and I will see you on the next one. Okay, bye.